It's your girl Jazzy K with Super Tight TV. We want to thank everyone that's been watching. Hey, if you do us a favor and hit that subscribe button, also press the notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video.
You're not tuned into something super tight. Puffin' something sticky, nigga, I roll through the light. Need to hear something real just to get me through the night. I'm looking for them jackets cause I know they looking shy. Know I'ma get some gang tuned in with super tight, yeah. I get the love from Big Bobo, from the front seat, not no photos.
Already, baby, what it do? It's your big dog, Bobo Luciano. I want to thank everybody again for tuning in to Super Tight TV. We back, up your back, going smack, smack, smack. Just like that. Man, hope it feel good to you because it sure feel good to me. I got my sexy ass, gorgeous, beautiful wife.
It's your girl Jazzy K.
In the building today. Man, we just found a new family member.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love family too, man. Yeah. I need as much family as I could get out here.
What we don't need is no more friends.
Yeah, I don't need no more friends.
Yeah.
Especially no new ones.
No new friends.
Well, no, let me say that because I met a new one over there, you know, C-Ray. You know, we clicked and we've been cool ever since. That's why I'm right here.
But you got to be picky about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely picky, man.
Yes.
I told my girl when I got out here, I was like, you know, changing my scenery, I got to be a little bougie out here. And she's like, what you mean being bougie? You from the hood? And I'm like, hey, I'm in a whole new different place. If I still wanted to deal with the same scenarios, I could have stayed at where I was at. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And out here, I don't know nobody like that, so I'm not trying to get mixed up with nothing like that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, if I wanted to still live that type of lifestyle, I could have just stayed in LA. So I want to be out here, just chill, relax.
That's beautiful, man. Well, we welcome to Texas.
Man, thank you.
You are at the Texas table.
Thank you.
And I got my man in the house, Riskie. Hey.
Sit down, everyone.
Sit down, damn it. Y'all ain't no damn monkey in here. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, I can't complain, man. I'm here, man.
I appreciate you giving us this opportunity to talk to you.
Man, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk to you. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? This is not for the Dallas Cowboys. This is strictly for positive energy. Okay. Because that's what time we on. You know what I'm talking about?
You know, I ain't a Dallas fan, but I say they my neighbor, so I'm cool with Dallas. You know what I'm saying? I rooted for y'all. You know, I rooted.
Who is your team, first of all?
Hey, man, I don't even want to tell you because you're gonna be shocked.
You done already
It's not the Raiders.
You done already came out and said you ain't no Dallas fan, so
I'm
you may as well tell.
I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. You feel me?
That's tough.
I love the Bills.
That's
you know
tough.
what I mean?
You've had a hard road.
I had a hard
That's a hard road
and
to
I've been
hoe right
down
there.
since the first Super Bowl loss against the Giants to the field goals. You feel me? But that lets you know though how you stay down with somebody no matter whether they win or they lose.
There you go.
Yeah.
Stay
you got to stay
down.
down.
Good and bad time.
Well, that's how we are about the Cowboys.
Oh, I feel y'all.
30 years, almost 30 years with no win.
I feel y'all, and I had to watch y'all beat my team 3 times. You feel me?
Oh wow,
Buffalo,
you still hanging in there. You go ahead.
I'm still hanging in there all these years later.
No, we only beat y'all twice.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we lost.
beat y'all twice.
We lost to the Redskins.
No, I'm gonna tell you how it went. Cowboys, San Francisco.
No, it was the Redskins, wasn't it? It was the Redskins.
Y'all lost San Francisco too, didn't you?
This
No,
is
I
an
don't think we
elephant.
lost to the Frisco. I think it was the Redskins. I think it was Dallas Redskins. First it was Giants, Dallas Redskins.
No, Risk.
Okay, Google.
I'm gonna tell you who it was.
Who?
I'm gonna make you know who it was.
Who?
You remember when Dion went to
Frisco?
Yeah,
Right.
So it was San Francisco who played Buffalo.
We're gonna have to Google that, bro.
Yeah, they won. They won that Super Bowl.
KC,
Okay, we're gonna have to look now. I
We
remember.
were supposed to win 4 in a row.
Okay,
They beat us.
I don't think we played Frisco.
KC, can we get a quick fact check? Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I know,
get on that.
Well, I know they were the Super Bowl champions in '95. I do know that he did get a Super Bowl ring because he knocked us out.
Right.
Well, Riskie, tell us where you're from while we work on this fact check here.
I mean, I'm from Compton, California.
Compton, California.
Can you say Compton?
Hey.
Yeah, Compton.
I'm just making sure you ain't supposed to say Bumpton or nothing. You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, I come from the red side of the game, but I ain't no gangster. You know what I'm saying? So I call the city what it is. It's
There you
Compton.
go.
You know what I I mean?
I read it. How was it growing up in Compton?
I mean, it was a challenge, you know what I mean? Especially, you know, growing up, you know, in my younger days, and then watching the crack epidemic kick in, you know what I'm saying? And then watching drive-bys become like in style. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely a challenge growing up in Compton. You know what I mean?
We've had quite a few guests, and I've said this 2 or 3 times on this show, on this platform. Growing up, this is my opinion. In the United States.
Hold on. Hold your thought.
I'm going to lose. I'm going to forget what it is.
Who was right on that fact in the United States? Who?
About what fact?
It was a Redskin.
Hey, you got to point harder at me. You can't just like that. You seeming
In
unsure of
95,
yourself.
who
You just
won the Super
Googled
Bowl?
it.
In 1995, who won the Super Bowl?
19, that's not giving me.
Come on, Casey.
You looking-
Super Bowl history.
There's no way
He
Google
said-
doesn't know.
No,
that.
but what he said was, after the Cowboys won their first 2 Super Bowls, who won the next Super Bowl?
The Redskins.
No.
Was it the Redskins?
No, it was San Francisco. For a fact, because Deion came to Dallas after that and won two Super Bowls back to back.
I forgot he's older than Google. Okay.
Yeah, well, huh?
He told me, let's just go.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta look up Super Bowl 49ers versus Buffalo Bills, and then that'll tell you the whole get down. You know what I mean? That'll tell you that they ain't played in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Matter of fact, it was San Fran's last Super Bowl that they won. Yeah. That was their last Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because it's been longer for them than it's been for us.
Yeah, it's been a long
Because we won the next year.
long road.
Because we won the next year.
Because I think the last Super Bowl they won was what, against
Buffalo.
No, they never played Buffalo in the Super Bowl.
I don't know who they
I
played.
don't remember that.
But I know they played in 95.
Okay.
Because they beat us in the NFC Championship.
Hey, I'm gonna get your number, so when I Google it up, I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna
he
scream
ready.
in your
Okay,
phone.
yeah,
I'm
we
gonna be
need
like,
your
"Yo,
number.
they did not play They did not play Frisco.
I don't know if you want to
I
do
don't know who
that
they
to
played.
yourself, Riskie.
You don't.
Hey, I love to argue about football.
Uh-oh.
You
You
don't
got
know
another one in here. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
90s.
Add you to the list.
90s Super Bowl winners.
Oh, Lord.
Let's see who. Oh, here it is right here.
Giants, Redskins, Cowboys.
Who else?
Giants, Redskins, Cowboys.
And then
Exactly.
So 91 Giants,
Giants,
92 Redskins, 92
Cowboys, and then the Redskins.
Cowboy. And then who after that? There's 7 Cowboys.
I don't see another Super Bowl.
Oh, God.
You
no.
said Cowboys, Redskins.
That's it.
No, it's not because we won one after the next year. You supposed to win. Oh, God, you guys.
I don't see.
Well, look it up then.
I'm telling you, bro.
It just says Bills been Super Bowl 4 times.
I was just confirming he was right about the Redskins.
Exactly.
But that's not what he had. That was not the conversation.
Bro, I done seen a lot of losses, so I know what team we
Casey
lost
got
to.
one earbud in.
I done seen a lot of losses, so I know.
Yeah, but see, you have to realize that was the Redskins' last Super Bowl too.
Right.
And that was around 91.
It definitely was, because
Yes.
that was the year when Redskins was good, when they had RBG3 and all them other cats.
Who?
What was that? RBG3, right?
No, this in the 90s.
But that was the year they was tight when they had RBG.
No, RG3 was in the 2000s.
Yeah.
When he had Morris as the runner, but they only had one good year. He went to Baylor.
That was the year they won the Super Bowl that they had that good year, right?
That boy ain't got no Super Bowl ring.
Okay, all right. I'm going to look that up. I might be behind.
One thing I do know, he ain't got no Super Bowl ring.
Okay, yeah. I might be off on that one right
This
there.
is Mr. Fly on the Wall here, so he's
I'll show you in a
probably
minute.
there.
I'll show you in a minute. How did you pick up? Let me tell y'all who this is. This gentleman has a long resume.
Yes.
Run down some of the artwork you have. Wait a minute. The historical, legendary artwork that you have done.
Y'all pay attention.
Okay, my first get down was an insert for All Eyes on Me, the first double rap CD for Tupac's All Eyes on Me. That was my first commercial piece being dropped in that album. After that, I did Death Row's Greatest Hits, Death Row's Christmas album. I did Daz Dillinger's Retaliation, Revenge, and Get Back, Nate Dogg's G-Funk Classics. And last but not least, I did Tupac's Makaveli, The 7 Day Theory.
The Cross.
Yeah, with him on the cross.
That's historical.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Do you ever get to meet any of the artists?
Man, I worked with them. Everybody. I was there. I know everybody. Everybody knows Riskie. I had a relationship with all the artists.
Wow.
So yeah.
What high school did you go to out there?
I went to Dominguez High in Compton.
And in Dominguez, did y'all spring any athletes out of there? Any rappers out of there? Well, what?
I mean,
Artists.
definitely. I remember when Easy.
Besides you.
Yeah, I remember Easy E used to come up to our high school, pass out flyers for us to request a song, on K-Day at that time, before NWA really jumped off. I mean, we had a few sports players that come out of my high school, like Tyson Chandler. We had let me think of his name right now. He actually played for the 49ers, but he played for the Seattle Seahawks first. Richard Sherman. Thank you, because I was losing touch with that right there. I mean, we had quite a few different sports people come out of Compton and different celebrities that come out of Compton, and I've had the opportunity to meet quite a few of them.
I got a question for you. This is off the record. This is about life, okay? Because you lived it. Boy, did you live it. We had a conversation before you walked in. We're going to talk about the crack epidemic.
Bro, I used to be out there. I was one of them cats causing the ruckus too for a second out there, not knowing that I was poisoning my community, you feel me?
Well, do you blame black folks for doing that in the beginning?
I mean, I can't blame us because we didn't have the boats, we didn't have the planes, we didn't have all of the stuff to come over there. We was just part of the impact, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think that black people were just trying to make a way and get money so they could get out of poverty?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I feel like it's you could twist that into two different type of scenarios, you know what I'm saying? Because you got the people that want to make the money to get out of poverty, and then you got the people that want to be big on the block. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you could twist that both ways. But when I was out there, it was for me to get out of poverty, for me to be able to buy nice clothes, nice things, or whatever, so I could be able to go to nice places. Like when I did that, my vacation was getting away from where I was doing it at. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna show something to my wife right fast.
Hold on.
You see that right there?
The notary.
You see that right there?
Yeah.
That's Washington Redskins that he saw, right?
Yeah.
Who won that next Super Bowl?
The Cowboys.
Who won that next Super Bowl?
The Cowboys.
Who won that next Super Bowl?
San Fran.
Okay, and then who won that next
The
one?
Cowboys again.
As I just said,
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that. But who did the 49ers beat though?
they didn't beat Buffalo.
Okay,
They didn't. I said I don't remember who they beat.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't beat Buffalo. So Buffalo lost. You right. 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row.
4.
Yes, and all of them was the NFC East teams.
Yes.
Patty LaVelle over here.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, I can be petty because about stuff I know. Because I remember they whooped our ass. We were supposed to win that game, and they whooped our ass. I mean, that's the famous catch.
Right.
No, I take that back. I'm lying. It wasn't a famous catch. That was in the 80s. That took Joe Montana. This was Steve Young's Super Bowl. That was Steve Young's Super Bowl that he won. So the crack epidemic. I just had to take
Moving
a pause.
right along.
I had to take a pause for the cause. The crack epidemic. I mean, the thing I was going to say when she stopped me before is that the world that I see in the United States, I say is 3 cities. I don't want to say states. 3 cities in the United States that are just totally different worlds. One is New Orleans.
Definitely.
Totally different world.
Now,
You might be able to say the whole state of Louisiana, but really New Orleans.
Right. Well, my family is from New Orleans, so that's
Different
part
world.
of my.
They got a different
Yes.
foods, different language, and you know how it is in New Orleans. Different
Exactly.
culture. That's what I want. New York.
New York. I lived in New York for 3 years.
It's different up there.
It's different. I love it though.
And Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, home base.
That's
It's
a
really
different world.
different. It's really different.
I mean, nowhere in the United States, you've got people to try to emulate Los Angeles, but the originality came from Los Angeles. The gang banging, the lifestyle,
The culture.
the culture. Let's just say that the culture.
The culture.
Even if it was just gangster rap, you might have heard it from Schoolie D, but it popularized
Right.
in Los Angeles.
Right.
You know, so that's what I want to say, you know, because I know you came from, I hate to say this, but you know, I mean, to us, it was like a war zone.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was. I mean, like I said, I grew up in the height of the epidemic, and right when, like I said, when drive-bys was like the everyday thing. You know, it's a lot of people that, you know, I grew up with that didn't even have the opportunity to even see the things or even be here and where I am. And I have a lot of friends right now that'll never see freedom as well. You know what I mean? So, like I said, Compton was definitely was a challenge growing up. If you didn't have nothing to keep you away, it was in the way. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that,
That's a hell I say.
at what age did you get into art?
I mean, I was young when I got into art. It was basically me, my mom. I was a chain latch key kid, so my mom would work, you know. But my aunt would babysit us, and my aunt was an artist, so I would see my aunt drawing, and I used to sit on her lap and watch her draw. And I wanted to. That's what made me really want to get into it. You know, seeing my aunt do it. You know, so it was something that I wanted to do.
Really?
It was like that was the first thing that was like inspiring to me to be able to see that, and then it was my aunt. So
That's what's up.
I got a question about art, about drawing. It's like 3 things I wish I could do, and drawing is one of them. You know,
What are the other 2?
I wish I could sing.
And the third?
I wish I could.
Fit a regular hat? Sorry, I just
hey, you can't sing, bro. You wasn't in the Glee Club when you was in high school, bro. You didn't have to sing "My Country Tis of V."
Yeah, I got one of the best.
Everybody had the best falsetto when it came.
I got the best back of the choir voices you ever want to hear.
Man, bro, I remember I was in the choir.
1, 2.
I wish I was a soloist. I wish I was a soloist. You know, cold.
To be a soloist?
I want to be somebody that can come just sing to you and just get you all moist. You know what I'm talking about? Like a toilet. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Get y'all moist.
He said moist like a toilet.
Drink that out for me.
Hey, man, you liable to hear anything.
You want somebody like a toilet?
Hey, toilet. It's
Toilet.
Hey, that's French, baby. Toilet.
Wow.
Juju toilet.
Already. You made me forget what I want to say, baby. Y'all got me laughing too much over here. But what
You
was
said it's 3 things you wish you could do.
Oh, yeah.
Fit regular hats.
No, what I want to know is this.
Sing
Can a
and
person
draw?
No, I always thought of drawing as a God-given talent. Can a person be trained to be an artist?
Exactly. You got people going to school every day that don't know how to draw, training to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to be an artist. I used to watch my auntie and
That's
trace
what
out
made me
coloring
ask you
books.
this.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
One of my biggest things is after, you know, I used to watch my aunt do it, and I wanted to do it so bad. I used to go to school, trace pictures out of coloring book, put them in my folder, take them to school, and tell people I drew that until I got called out on it one day.
They like, let me tell you something.
Right.
Now,
And
I
it
done
forced you
seen
to get
this
better.
in another magazine.
Let me tell you, it's a cold story.
Tell it.
Come on.
My teacher, she basically, we had a class or whatever, and it was like an essay contest for the whole school. So, you know, we had a girl in my class. She wrote this poem about this cow. And I guess it was a dope poem or whatever, because the teacher called me out on it. She like, yo, Ronald, you know, you think you could draw a picture of a cow? And, you know, back then when they had the 3-line paper with the big open space where you could draw the picture and you still had a little writing underneath the bottom. Yeah, she gave me that paper, and I commenced to destroying that paper. I erased so many times that paper, it just didn't turn out good. And from the embarrassment of that, it made me really like get my skills together. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I was really embarrassed about that. So it really pushed me to really become the artist that I became. And then not to mention, you know, watching B Street, and I seen Ramo. I wanted to be like Ramo too. So the embarrassment of Ramo made me who I am
already. And you just took it serious from there, and just
definitely.
I'm glad, bro, because the artwork that you have given to this culture, lent to this culture, bro. It's come on, man. That Makaveli.
Man, I appreciate that. That's like one of my biggest pains to this day, and I'm actually in the battle for it right now with the Tupac estate. You know, over the rights to my artwork. You know, so it's like it's been a stressful voyage right now. You know what I mean? They ended up coming at me a few years ago, making me an offer. I refused, and then after that, the bullying tactics came in. So now you see me here dealing with this situation right here while I'm in Dallas. So,
I mean, do you have that piece in your possession, or they have it?
I don't own it right now. Somebody else owns it, so it's in their possession. So by being in their possession, it's like being in my possession because I could get it at any time I want or go see it anytime I want until they decide that they want to sell it. So I mean, what can I can't really say too much about it because if it wasn't for me even having it then or even being able to say that it's in this possession, then there's no telling where that painting would be at because once Death Row went under, I mean, they took a lot of my artwork and they sold it at auction and I didn't get nothing. You know what I mean? So if I wouldn't have had that, it would have been, I don't know where. So.
Do they have we don't have a hip hop Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
The Universal Hip Hop. I just put some artwork in there and it's a Universal Hip Hop Museum in the
Where
Bronx.
is it? It's in the Bronx. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where that painting needs to go.
Well, I just gave him a
Absolutely. I agree
replica.
with that.
I gave him a replica of the painting to put into there, but I mean,
If you had it, you would want to keep the original.
I mean, I can't say that I would want to keep the original because I feel like I would want somebody else to be able to see that after I'm not here. You know what I mean? I would want it to be in a place where people could be able to view it and be able to look at it without nobody, damaging it or carrying it away or doing nothing else with it. So I mean, I would enjoy to see that part. So that was the part of the reasoning of me giving it to the Bronx, the Hip Hop Museum in the Bronx, so people can get an idea. It ain't the original, but it's from the original, so it's the baby of the original. So
I mean, you're the artist, so
definitely, and I signed it, so that made it original too.
Made
so.
it original. It
I'll
made it
take
authentic. It's almost like our brother C. Ray. When C. Ray, you may do the same thing. When C. Ray hands me a painting, he hands me a certificate of authentication. What's it called, baby? Say it for me.
certificate of authenticity. Right? Did I say it right?
I think you did that time.
Okay. Authenticity. That's what I was trying to
There
say.
you go.
I just kind of just signed mine on the back. I just put Riskie Forever. I put the date that I did it. I put what city I was in. I put the medium. I put the size. I mean, that's like my certificate. But
it's yours.
As long as you know.
And I mean, I was talking to them while you were
Like, turn this around.
I was talking to them when you were out of the room, and Riskie and C. Ray agreed with you. That made that picture that much more valuable.
yeah, it definitely did. I feel like him signing that definitely made it more valuable. Not to say that it wasn't valuable without his signature, but that just put like the icing on the cake.
Somebody gonna learn to listen to you, girl.
I mean, we did listen to
Trying
you.
to tell you, oh, you did. I'm just
I mean,
saying.
it's signed, right? I said no
I'm-
like 4 times.
Calm yourself down. I wasn't talking about you.
Okay. I feel my shoes getting tight over here like you was
Well,
talking about me.
that's that guilty conscience.
Okay.
Ain't got nothing to do with me.
You married, bro?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
There you go.
What do you mean there? You
No,
go?
everything for everybody.
No,
I mean, I tried it. It didn't work. So, the next time I try it again, it'll be, I don't know, it'll be a real good try when I try it again.
Yes.
It'll be a real good try.
Make sure the girl is a friend.
Yeah.
What's the name of that song?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you say she's just a
No,
friend?
not
Not that one.
Not that one?
Make sure the lady is a friend. That's
Yeah,
what you talking about.
Oh, shy. If I ever. I ain't even gonna get my singer voice involved because it's real scratchy now. So.
Yeah.
But I remember that. That was like that was in the hype of me growing up. That shy. It was popping.
Yes. That's real though.
Yeah.
This was my
That was the
friend before I
90s.
got married.
Yes.
Exactly.
So we may, have a
Big
little
bro.
tit for tat, but it's all in love.
Oh, it's
Know what I'm
all
talking about?
friendly fun.
It's a good thing when you can have a tit for tat and come back from that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
All the time.
We ain't never gonna go nowhere to have to come back. We're gonna tit for tat and get right back.
That part.
Well, that's good. Everybody can't tit for tat and get right back.
You right.
Hey, I gotta write that down. I gotta be a new slogan, a slang.
That's why you gotta be
Write
friends
that down.
first.
Huh?
That's why you got to be friends first.
Oh yeah, friend. Yeah,
I mean, sometimes you could be somebody's friend first too, and it could turn out wrong.
you're right.
Know what I mean,
you can ruin the friendship.
right.
Was you really friends?
I had a relationship like that before. I was with somebody that was really my friend, and we crossed that line, and it just turned out to be something that I didn't want it to be.
But you know what? I was afraid of that with this young lady as well.
Right.
But a lot of people I held myself accountable because of who she was to me. You know,
Right.
I mean, it was a lot of like my best one of my guys I call my brother. This is his first cousin. So I couldn't burn that bridge. You know what I'm talking about? And I knew her mama before I knew her. You know what I'm talking about? So I couldn't burn that bridge. You know what I'm talking about?
we gonna tell Goody?
Yeah. We hid it from her for a while. I don't know.
Hey, that'd be the best loves when they a
Shout out,
secret.
Goody.
Yeah, secret lover.
Secret love.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah, she's singing all over the place,
I'm
bro.
sorry, y'all keep bringing it up.
What you got going next, brother?
I mean, right now, what I'm trying to do is basically just work on my career a little bit more. But what I want to really do is just get over this case right now, so I can be set free. It's like, you know, dealing with that, it's a lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying? I got other pressure coming from different places too at the same time. So, I mean, right now, I just want to just relieve myself from some of that, and then, you know, get really back deep into my career like I was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Before any of this, you know, because I was on a good foot when I got out here before COVID hit.
I was about to ask you how long you been here. What you do?
Well, I mean, I came right here in 2019, August 2019, and I wasn't even here a good 5 months before that shut the door. Had me locked up. So I didn't even really get to experience Dallas, you know, the way that I wanted to, other than going to D-Bellum a couple of times, you know what I'm saying, and stepping out, having some barbecue. But I didn't really get to experience the way that I wanted to because I was locked away for a year. So,
Dallas was outside when nobody else was.
yeah.
Hey, we
But
got
I was
locked
in the
up too.
house because I was terrified. I was scared. You
You
know,
don't lie.
people,
You did, right.
people really wasn't. You know, some
right.
people was taking it serious, and some people that I don't feel like really took it serious. And I think the people that didn't take it serious was the people that didn't have friends that died from it. Like I had 7 different friends that passed from that, so I didn't want to be around nobody. I didn't want
Friends,
nobody
family, coworkers.
coming, touching, smelling, breathing. I didn't want none of that. I was the person that would come through with the Lysol and spray both
Put your
sides of
mask
the door.
on. Breathing all on me.
Let me tell you something. Right after that time, bro, I mean, it's like a habit to use hand sanitizer.
Oh
ain't it?
man, you go in my get in my car right now in my Jeep in the middle console. I still got hand sanitizer
Me too, bro.
in there. I can't
Me
even
too.
walk. I'm so trained. I can't even walk through my front door without going to the sink, washing my hands first. You know
Good.
what I'm
I'm
saying?
so glad to hear that because there are some bacteria that hand sanitizer will not kill.
Right.
Okay?
You know-
don't throw y'all soap and water away.
I had a lot of people that was coming at me saying, you know, using too much hand sanitizer is killing the good bacteria. But I'm like, bruh,
Well, it ain't no good.
I might need to kill a couple of good ones. I'll make sure I kill the bad ones. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want none of that.
It's just casual to walk.
That's what
They got to
fire.
go. Friendly fire like a
Right. That was for that year. It was like living in the nightmare, like a movie. You know what I mean? You didn't know. You know, it's like a monster that
Wasn't it
you-
crazy?
Yeah, you don't know what this monster is. You don't know what this monster done touched before you didn't touch it. You don't know what this monster done coughed at. And then the next
We
thing
didn't know
you
everything it was gonna do.
Yeah, right. And the next thing you know, you caught up. And I had a brother that had it, and you know we was praying because when he told me he had to get on the ventilator and all that, we was scared. You know what I mean? So I know what that's like, but I just wanted to make sure I stayed clear. You know, we would only hang around people that were doing the same things that we were doing. Like, you know,
Did you go to school with what's that dude name? Reggie Wright.
No, I didn't go to school with Reggie Wright, but Reggie Wright was my back. He was my neighbor. He lived right behind me.
Really?
Yeah, that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? I just talked to him a couple of days ago. Like, I mean, he's like, you know, Reggie is like, what can I say? He's like a good dude. You know what I'm saying? Everybody might be looking at him like, because he do his podcast and he talk his thing like he a bad person or whatever. But Reggie, he a good dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought some bad things at him at first until, you know, we got him all cleared up. But when you look at from there to now, he a good person, because if it wasn't for Reggie, I wouldn't even have knew that I had the rights to some of my artwork that I had. You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you this. Were you and Reggie friends before the death row situations?
No, because he was a cop and I was out there doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? So I was hiding from Reggie, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
there's plenty of times that Reggie pulled up on me and wanted me to come to his car, and I'm like, bruh, I don't gotta leave out my yard.
Okay.
Like
For
I'm
what?
not leaving
Yeah.
out I'm not leaving out the yard, bro.
Already.
Right.
That's,
So yeah.
get a warrant.
Yeah, nah, it's like it's certain rules and regulations when you growing up on the streets, especially when you selling drugs. You gotta know that when the police pull up on you, if you're on if you're on your property, you don't gotta come out your yard.
That part.
And I used to tell them when I used to pull up, come here, nah, bruh.
Yeah.
Nah, you're gonna have to catch me on another day. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You're gonna have to
That's
catch me when I'm walking down the
Catch
street or
me on
whatever.
the
But as
sidewalk.
long as I'm in my yard on this porch and I'm on my property and not on that sidewalk, I don't gotta come to you.
Oh, in Texas, they'll come up in there.
Yeah, they don't care.
In Dallas, they'll come up in your yard. They're gonna come up in your
your
house, put their foot in the door to keep you from slamming the door.
Your car.
Cause you know we down here in KKK land.
Yeah, well, I don't know nothing about that yet.
Yankee
I
Apple.
don't gotta experience that.
Yankee
We
Apple
do.
You know what I
car.
mean?
We do.
in the
This is the
mouth.
dirty South.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm glad you. It's cleaned up a lot,
right.
and I'm glad you didn't have to experience some of the stuff we had to experience coming up.
Man.
Well, you know, I didn't experience some different things. Like I had the
them police
opportunity to
officers
experience some
training.
racism before in LA. You know, it was terrible, but you know, I'm just glad that I ain't have to see it on a bigger note than what
Yeah.
I saw it on. You know what I mean? So, you know, prayers to those people that have.
Did you know that guy, Baby? You know who I'm thinking about? The guy who they claim killed Tupac,
Baby Lane.
Baby Lane.
We went to the same high school, but I didn't know him like that.
Okay, yeah, because I heard he was,
What?
you know, I mean,
I mean, what with
He
the
was a
business?
shooter. Yeah, with the business.
I mean,
a lot of people was out there.
I wasn't. See me. I was a deep boy. I wasn't into the flagging and all of that. I wanted bread. You know what I'm saying?
really?
And then me growing up, I went to a Crip high school. You know what I mean? So I knew everybody. Like I knew Crips, I knew Bloods, I knew SAs, I knew Asians. I know some of everybody. I could go wherever I want because I had those type of relationships with people. I didn't consider myself a gangster. I was more into getting
A
money.
hustler.
Yeah, I was a hustler.
I'm a hustler, homie. You a customer crony. Sorry.
That's the soundtrack
I'm
of the show.
sorry. I couldn't help it.
She's like the she scores
I'm
the
the
interview.
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
She scores the interview. You know what I'm talking about?
But yeah, I was more, like I said, I was more into that. I was into my art, and when I was out there doing what I was doing, it was out there to just be getting some money. It wasn't out there to be sagging, gang banging, and the rest of that stuff that people do.
Man, I
No disrespect to nobody that does, because I got a lot of friends that still do. But
Absolutely. Who are some of your inspirations in art?
I mean, my first inspiration, because I really don't follow that many artists. To be honest, I don't really like looking at that many artists because I don't like to feel like when I'm creating,
It's
I'm doing something that I may have seen,
Yeah.
but I didn't think I saw that. So I don't really like to look at people because I want my creativity to be pure.
Yes.
But I mean, growing up, like some of my inspirations was like Jean-Michel Basquiat. You know what I mean? I watched the movie when I was a kid. You know, when I got older and I started leaving from airbrushing to actually getting into actual acrylic painting, you know,
Yeah.
one of my friends reintroduced me to him. So I started studying, you know, his life, you know what I mean? And I started looking like, bro, when I was doing these album covers, he was still alive. He was still, he was still in motion. You know what I mean? So I like the fact of getting the research on him and actually seeing who he was and what he was doing at the time when I was doing what I was doing. So I felt compelled to really want to study that guy. Like even when I was in New York, I went to to his grave site, you know, sat down with him, you know what I mean, and chilled for a minute and just, you know, was at peace with it, you know.
Well, you heard how C. Ray said that he went to the Art Institute of Dallas. Did you go to any?
No, I had high school art in Compton Squad Meet. That was my art school. You feel me? Airbrushing, because I airbrushed in the Compton. That was like one of our biggest things in Compton. Like that was like our mall, the Compton Swap Meet, our everything. And I used to be one of the artists up there. So like I said, the only art class I had was high school art, and you know how they had the TV guide, and then you flip in the back and you draw the picture.
Yes,
that was my art school too. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't go to school for it other than high school. Me and my high school art teacher are still cool to this day.
So did anyone in your family also draw?
Yeah, my aunt. Yeah, my aunt
you
did,
did
but
say that.
nobody never made it as far as I did in my career. Like when my aunt did it, she didn't.
Well, I don't
she
mean
wasn't-
made it, but were anybody, just naturally? You said your aunt. Okay.
Naturally
my aunt.
talented.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah.
Like,
That's amazing to me because, like I said, I thought artists were born. I didn't know you could be trained to be an artist.
Yeah, you can actually. Yeah, you can definitely be trained. I mean,
That's news for me.
you can be trained. I mean, it's a lot of people that's coming straight out the womb that don't know stuff that they trained on.
You can be trained on anything
Right.
Well, I'm thinking about art.
with the right teacher.
Well, shit, I'm gonna start taking some classes.
Right. I mean, you got people, like I say, all day that's taking classes that don't know how to draw a lick, but they in school for it. And they getting high paying jobs.
I need to take some classes for some of these rappers.
wow,
Man, hold up.
They
You
do
got some
have-
shout outs, brother?
it's called music theory and
I mean,
English lit.
I just want to shout out the people from my city, Compton, people from my block. You know what I mean? I want to shout out my son, Kyron. I want to shout out my niece, Juanisha. I want to shout out my girl. I want to shout out, all my family out here in Dallas that came from Cali that, support me too.
Already. And how did they get in touch with you, brother?
I mean, you can follow me on Instagram at Riskie Forever, and you spell my name Riskie, not with a Y. So it's Riskie Forever at Instagram.
Already.
So yeah,
lovely.
How do you love Dallas?
I mean, I like Dallas so far. Like, I really like it. Like, this is the first place that I've been able to sit down as an artist and be able to concentrate on the things that I needed to concentrate on. And I could probably blame COVID for that because when I was in LA, I didn't really have the time to really sit down and concentrate on the things that I needed because it was always from here to there, photo shoot, video shoot. I'm all over the place instead of just narrowing it down and just concentrating on the things that I needed to concentrate on. So out here kind of made my business mind a little bit more stronger and my peace a little bit more peaceful.
We slow it down here, bro. We like to keep it slow. We like our music slow. We move
Now,
slow.
I ain't with the slow music.
You ain't with that screw?
You gonna have to get.
I mean,
Man, we gonna have to put that screw in your life, baby.
I had a homie, that
Alright,
was
C-Ray,
that was a
that's your
big
sign.
DJ Screw fan that turned me on to that. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I respect the culture because hip hop changes. I respect it, but
Yes.
it was just kind of a little bit too slow for me.
You just haven't heard the right one.
No, I heard a few. I mean,
Yeah.
Drake did some stuff with some screw.
No.
That's just me talking on
Not
current
Drake.
people. Now I can't go back in the
C-Ray.
history like y'all because
Okay.
I'm not from Dallas.
That's
but-
the
Next
thing.
time he
But
come
that's
back,
the thing.
But I
Right.
do like Pimp C and all of these cats, the
Okay.
Rap Alive,
Hey.
Scarface.
Hey.
They're my peoples. I grew up off of that. You feel
See,
me?
how Screw did it, they had their own rappers. And how he would do it, he would find people that he liked, and I'm going to give you a prime example, because he's from your state, that people really in Texas were not up on. And he put them on. Sibo.
Oh, Sibo hard.
Bro, he was putting people up on Sibo before anybody in Texas knew about Sibo. He loved Pac. You know what I mean?
Right.
Before Pac was just really Pac, he was already on Pac.
I remember my boy Hen Dog, rest in peace. He was the artist that I used to paint for. He was when I got to Death Row, I was just a painter. I was there to bring other people vision to life. They had the two main artists, Hen Dog and Joe Cool. And I was like the person that would paint their stuff for them. So Hen Dog would pick me up every day, and that would be all he would play, Sibo, all day. We would ride all
Tales
the way
from the crib.
We would ride all the way from Compton all the way to Beverly Hills listening to Sibo.
That's it, bro. That boy was. I love that Sibo with that Tales from the Crib album.
Right.
I mean, stomping. What you say? What's that say? Stomping them steel toes.
Stomping them or something. I can't remember
Stomping them
that, but
steel
he used
toes headed to the liquor store. Oh no! Here we go. Here we go.
my boy Hen Dog, rest in peace. He knew
Got
the
it out.
lyrics,
Yes.
word for word.
Birds in the kitchen, palms itching. Yeah.
And he said he got that. He said he got that mixtape at a Jack the Ripper show. And he said once he got it from there, he said he put it in his car and it was stuck ever since. Because I'm telling you, every day that's all we listen to.
Oh yeah, the whole album was jamming. That whole album was jamming. Shout out to Sibo, the bald head nut. Come on, he was gonna be on UGK Records.
Yeah, Sibo hard.
Very hard. But man, like I said, I appreciate you coming through, brother.
I appreciate you for having me.
Man, no doubt. I want you to come back. You part of the family.
Oh man, anytime.
Thank you, bro. Hey, I got my man Riskie in the house. A real super tight guest.
Know I'ma get some gang tuned in with super tight, yeah. I get the no love from Big Bobo, from the front seat, not no photos.